Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. I hope you are able to see my screen. So today I'm going to attempt a live mock of MHCT to show how to go about attempting the test. How should you manage time during the test? And it's just 10 days left for the examination. On the 11th day, starting from 1st of April, you have the examination. So today I'll be taking one of our mock tests, and we'll be showing you that how to go about attempting it. So first, a few things that like uh, just few guidelines that the test time duration is 2.5 hours, 150 minutes, and 200 questions. Okay. Now, like if you look at past year paper, if you see MHCD 2024, you can have different variety of difficulty level. Like you can have easy, you can have moderate, you can have difficult. Okay. So easy symptoms, like if you saw past year paper 2020 for the five slots, you must have seen that there are easy questions will mean that uh, like you will have no or very few puzzles. Okay, if the number of puzzles is very less, let us say less than 10 or 15 questions. Okay, similarly they will not have too many RCs, right? Or RC honge bhi to maybe one or two RCs, or like short RCs short RCs, uh, like maybe 200 words, 250 words. Instead of that, they will have more questions on synonyms, antonyms, more on grammar. Okay. Similarly, quant will have less calculation intensive, right? So that way you can figure out that it is going to be an easy test. And across slots, there are different difficulty levels. Okay. So some slots will be easy, some will be moderate, some will be difficult. So accordingly, you need to take that test. Okay, so I'm going to attempt one of our mocks today. Okay, and uh, during the live attempt, we have slashed the prices of this test series as well, right? It is available for 300, like if you buy during the mock live mock attempt, and the link is given in the description also. And so for this weekend, we have made three free mocks. Okay, we have 10 mocks. We have launched eight of them. Two are yet to be launched. The ninth one will be live tomorrow, and 10th one will be live by 25th. And like we have made three free mocks. So just in case you want to practice, you have already purchased some other mocks, but you want to practice a variety of tests. So this till this weekend, three are free. Earlier only first mock was free, but हमने इस weekend तक के three कर दिए. So one, two, three, you can try and take the test and see that where do you are standing. One was on the easy side. ठीक है, two or three or were on the difficult one. So I'll be picking one of the mocks. Let's say I'll pick mock three. Okay, and like the ones who have had already purchased the mock can see their scores and compare that accordingly how much they are scoring in those mocks. And the ones who have not taken this test can take this later and view that how much are they able to score. Okay, so let's start this test. So I think this thing is also working fine. Okay, so I'll start this test, and first I'll give you a rough like time distribution also. So this test 3 is on the moderate to difficult side. थोड़ा है challenging है, खूब सारे puzzles है इसमें, and English is also not on the easy side. Okay, so like LR, if we talk about, so you need to give around 55 to 60 minutes आपको LR को देने चाहिए. ठीक है, abstract reasoning you should give 15 to 20 minutes. I would say 15 is a good time. Right, so 70-75 minutes, so half section ही हो गया. Remaining you should give like QA should be around 40 to 45 minutes. Ideal attempt, okay, and VA should be around 30 minutes, 30-35 minutes. Okay, so this is an ideal distribution if you want to score across all sections. Now there are some students who want to maximize score in one of the sections. ठीक है, तो ऐसा होता है कि कुछ लोग ठीक है क्वांट उतनी अच्छी नहीं तो क्वांट में टाइम कम दे देते, that is a different thing. But if you want a balanced approach, this should be the ideal time distribution. So let's start. So please give a show of hands, like if you are watching this stream, right? I do not see any comments. Is the stream working? Just wanted to check. Comments नहीं दिख रहे मुझे. Just if you are ready for it, just comment start and then we will start this test. Okay, so you got a comment. All right, so let's begin this test. Okay, so let's start this test. And the ones who have already attempted this test can comment your score letter. और जिनने नहीं किया वो attempt कर सकते हैं. This mock is free till this weekend. So here's the LR section. So first 75 questions are of LR. This is assumption based questions. I'll skip it for now. I prefer to avoid critical reasoning in the beginning. So again, critical reasoning based question. Uh, Okay, so this one looks shorter, so I'll attempt it. Traveling by train rather than cabs is more convenient and economical in Paris. Okay, it is more convenient and economical. So Paris is an expensive city, so we cannot assume that it is an expensive city based on this. Train services are reasonably good in Paris. More convenient and economical, so maybe the train services are good in Paris. Okay, so too many questions on critical reasoning. I'll avoid it for now. So you should always start with something that you're comfortable with, right? So for example, I find this critical reasoning a bit time consuming thing and accuracy is low. So I will preferably start with something else. So maybe uh, this is inferred all German philosophers except for Marx are idealists. Marx is the only if a German is he or she is a philosopher as long as she is not Marx. So that's what we can infer, right? All German philosophers except for Marx are idealist. Okay, so if a German is an idealist, then he or she is a philosopher. No, not necessarily that. Like it's saying, like if you represent through Venn diagram. Okay, so if this is our philosophers, and these are idealists, right? So Marx is not an idealist. So Marx is a philosopher who is not an idealist. Except for Marx, if someone is an idealist, so not necessarily if someone is an idealist, that will be a philosopher. Non-German, Marx is not non-German. Aside from philosopher Marx, if someone is a German, no, none of the above will be the answer because not talking about philosophers. Okay, so let's begin with this part first. So you should always start with something which you are comfortable with. Like in this, I saw that there were initially few questions which were on critical reasoning. ठीक है, तो critical reasoning में मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है. ठीक है, थोड़ा हो सकता है accuracy बने ना बने, so confidence level कम रहता है. So I'll start with something wherein I have good confidence. So let's start with this. Or what like technically you should do is see I'm going to attempt it in that way कि जैसे एक स्टूडेंट को करना चाहिए नाउ दिस इज सब्जेक्टिव थिंग नाउ सम पर्सन माइट बी गुड एट these things right but I personally am good at quant so I would just have a quick look right and maybe you should not take more than 2-3 minutes to see the look like इसमें I could see there are a lot of puzzles कुछ easy questions भी हैं so I will jump to quant section first okay and then come back to reasoning so 75 up to 75 is reasoning then 76 I think is abstract reasoning and start with quant so first 30 minutes I'm going to give to quant and then come back to reasoning okay so it depends on person to person it's a personal perspective किसी की quant अच्छी होती है तो definitely they should do quant first if someone has reasoning better so you should start with reasoning okay so let's do this quadratic equation x square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0 okay so we have x plus 5 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 5 or 4. Okay. Second is y is equal to 4 or minus 4. Right. Now we have this is the value of x. Okay. X is 4 and minus 5 and y is 4 and minus 4. Now when you take y is equal to minus 4, right? So this is y, 4 and minus 4. So when you take minus 4, it is between the two values of x, right? So it is between minus 5 and 4. So we cannot determine the relation. So this we have x plus 11. So this is plus 4 plus 7. So roots will be minus 4 minus 7. And this is minus 7 and minus 9. So this is larger, this is smaller. So x will be greater than equal to y. Okay. So let's do this. And here we have, see, this is a special type of equation wherein you do not have to basically solve it, right? See, here the product is positive and the sum, if you see in both cases, in first cases, in case of x, sum is negative, right? In case of y, the sum is positive. So that means x has both negative values, a negative number and one negative number. Then only the product will be positive and sum will be negative. And y will have positive values. So both values of y are positive. So y is greater than x. Okay. So x is less than y. Okay, next, this is x to the power 4 81. So that means 3 raised to the power 4 hota है 81. Okay, it can be minus 3 also. So x is equal to 3 or minus 3. Okay, and second case, y is equal to 3 comma 4. So basic quadratic equation, y minus 3 y minus 4. Okay, I think ये यहाँ पे visible नहीं है. So I'll make it this side. Yes, so x की value 3 minus 3, y is 3 and 4. So y will be always greater than equal to x. Okay, because if you put on the line, right, y is 3 and 4 and x is minus, this is 3 and minus 3. So y is greater than equal to x. So y greater than equal to x. Okay, next करते हैं. This is x square minus, or I can do this thing. I hope the question palette as well as the solution both are visible to you. So x square minus 6x plus 5 equal to 0. So x minus 1, x minus 5 again, right? So that means x is equal to 1 comma 5. And this is 2y square minus 3y minus 9 equal to 0. Now, I'll tell you one way of factorizing also. See, like if you want to factorize, we think of like when the coefficient is more than, so this is 2 minus 3 and minus 9. Okay, so when you want to factorize, if the coefficient is 1, it is easy to factorize, right? But it is more than 1, and especially if there are larger numbers, how to do it is multiply these two numbers. What do we get? Minus 19 and this is minus 3. So think of two numbers, when you multiply them you get minus 18 and product is sum is minus 3. So we get 3 comma minus 6. हमने दो नंबर सोचने, इनको मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो ये आंसर आना चाहिए, ऐड करेंगे आपस में तो ये आंसर आना चाहिए, राइट? नाउ व्हाट वी डू इज रिवर्स द साइन. Reversing the sign will make it minus 3 and 6. Okay. First of all, think of numbers, reverse the sign and divide by this. A. A is basically the coefficient of the variable. So this is A, this is B, this coefficient is called B, and this is C. So minus 3 by 2 and 6 by 2. So minus 1.5 and 3. Okay. So y is minus 1.5 and 3. Now if you take y value as 3, if you take y is equal to 3, it is between the two values of x. तो यहाँ पे greater भी हो रहा है, y greater than x हो रहा है. Like if you take y3 and x1, and if you take y3 and x5, right, y is less than 1 also, right? So y is greater than, so there is no relation. So whenever one value comes between the other two values of the other variable, so we cannot determine this relation. Okay, all right. So next is series based question. 1, 6, 15, 28, 45, 66. The difference is 5, 9, 13, 17. Take a difference here at 21. Next difference will be 25. So 66 plus 25, the answer will be 91. Next question, 43, 50, 55, 65, 89. 43 is a 50, 55, so 65. This number is there, 89 and then 106. Your difference are a 7. This is 5. This is 10. So we do not know this difference. And this is 17. Right? Now the difference is not something which is increasing. Like यहाँ पे decrease भी हो रहा है. If you observe closely, sometimes such kind of logics are also prevalent in these questions. Is that the sum of the digits, like 4 plus 3 is 7, 5 plus 0 is 5, 5 plus 5 is 10. So let us try that. So if you put 11 over here, that becomes 76, and this is 13, which is fitting, and this is also fitting. So the answer is 76. Okay, so next number is 77 and 100, 31, 146 minus 50, one number missing and minus 61. Okay, so इसमें 23 ऐड करना है, minus 69, 115 minus 161. Okay, now if you notice this pattern, right, like if you know the multiples, then it is good because these are basically multiples of 21. So 21 into, sorry, 23 into 1, 23 into 3 into 5. This is 23 into 7. Right, next one is 23 into 9, which is 180 plus 27, 207. So 207 add कर देंगे. 207 minus 15 is 190, 192. Next one is 23 into 11, that is 230 plus 23, 253. 192 minus 253 is minus 61, which is fitting. So this is 192. Okay, so next is, this is a typical CET paper, like जिसमें like number series, quadratic, and all those kind of questions are involved. 59, 89, dash 279, and 431. Okay. Now, if you take 12, this is 28, this is 50, this is 140, 50 to 150. Okay. Mm, Not getting any such series. Okay, because the middle term is missing. So whenever the middle term is missing, that becomes a challenging thing. Let's go for the second difference. This difference is 16, this difference is 22. Okay, so let us see, like if we put 28, 34 and 40 here, if it makes sense. क्योंकि ये 16 और 22 दो numbers दिख रहे हैं, we are just assuming, right, guess कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. अगर 28 करेंगे, so this number will be 78, 34 करेंगे, so this will be 112, and 40 करेंगे 152. So making sense. This is difference, this is double difference. Okay, so typically अगर ऐसे series बना रहे हो, and if a number is missing in between, right, so try this, which works in many cases. So double difference, if you see, these are matching a pattern, so these are also matching. So 89 plus 78 is making 167, and 167 plus 112 is making 279. So 167 is the missing number. Okay, so we have 10, 14, 32, 80, 180, 360. All right. Double का concept तो नहीं हो रहा है. All numbers are not doubling. Okay, so 180 into 2 is 360, but 80 into 2 is not 180. So we will again check the difference. 10, 14, 32, 80, 180, 360. Okay, or do we have any product? Like this is 7 into 2, 8 into 4. So product वाला भी कुछ, या स्क्वायर के कोई आसपास. If those things do not work, then I mean the Best option in most cases is your difference thing, right? So let's go with the difference thing. Let's take the differences between the numbers and see. So this is 4, 18, 48, then we have 100, and then we have 180. Okay, so difference देख लेते हैं. Then it is 14, 30, 52, 80. Typically difference वाला method काम करता है, right? If you go to single difference, double difference, triple difference, in most cases this works. Okay, so we are going with this 16, 22, 28. So let us increase by 6. Let's make it 34. So 34 ये बनेगा, that will be 114. 114 means 294. 294 will mean 554. So sorry, 654. 300 will make 660. So 29654. There is one option 654. So we'll go with this option. Okay, so typically ये जो difference वाला है, because what happens is there must be some relation in terms of squares or cubes. क्या कोई square add कर रहे होंगे और cube add कर रहे होंगे. Okay, so that is uh, like that square or cube that is not easily visible to us, right? So that's where this thing comes into picture, like taking the level of differences. Okay, all right, so let's now look at the pie chart. Right, I'll just see that if it is a doable one. So it says number of pastries baked, and it gives booked for the 5 shops on Sunday. All these are considered as sold. So booked pastries are sold. So there are 1500 pastries baked, and these are 5 different shops. Okay, baked, and out of those, how many are booked? That is sold. Unsold is baked minus booked. Okay, so that is the data. It looks to be straightforward one. Okay, now if we look at the numbers, because it is easy to calculate, क्योंकि इसमें कुछ नहीं करना है आपको, 5 values निकालने हैं और उसमें percentage booked निकालना है. So we can calculate that, and if you see the question, the first says that pastry is booked by S and T together. Okay. Similarly, next is saying the baked in a pie chart. Okay, combined number of unsold pastries. So एक बार सारे values निकाल देते हैं, and there are a good number of questions. I think 5-6 questions है, right? So we can solve that complete करके. So let's look at this pie chart. Right. So first make the pie chart. This is 1500. 1500 to 25% will be 375. 20% will be 300. And 16 into 15 is 240. 24 into 15, 360. 15 square is 225. So this is the number of pastries that are baked. And then we have booked. Booked is the ones that are sold. And then we have unsold. Unsold jo bach gayi, like subtract. So this is 80%. 80, 20% will be unsold. That is 75. 25%. 75 unsold here also. 5% unsold for R. 5% unsold. So 5 is easy to calculate small numbers, right? So 5% will be 12. And 35%. 36 into 35. 360 ka 35% calculate karna. 36 into 35. That can be done as 18 into 70, which is 126. So 126 will be unsold, and you can subtract and get how many are sold. Then 225, 40%, that is 90 are unsold. Unsold and booked we can calculate. See, always calculate smaller values. Like a 95% calculate करना difficult होगा compared to calculating 5%, right? So I preferably calculate these smaller values and then subtract, because subtraction is easy. 300, this is 225, this is 228, 234, and this is 135, right? So these are the booked and unsold ones. Now we can answer all of these questions based on it. ये सारे questions अब answer हो सकते हैं. So let's check this. The number of pastries booked by S and T together is what percent more or less than the number of pastries booked by shop Q. So S and T together. 359, 369, sorry. And S has shop Q. So Q has booked baked by. So this is booked and baked. So you need to see the difference, right? Baked by Q. So this is 300. So 123%, 23% more. Okay, easy calculations. So this was basically filling the values. If the number of pastries baked by all shops is distributed in a degree pie chart, what would be the difference between the central angle for shop P and shop R on Sunday? Okay, so baked wala diya hai. So P and R. Now you do not need the values here. P and R, P is 25%, R is 16%. So 9%, ठीक है 9% difference. 9% को multiply कर देंगे 3.6 से. 36 into 9 is 324. So 32.4 degrees. Ratio of combined number of unsold pastries from P and R to unsold from T. So unsold from P and R, that is 87, right? 87 29 का multiple है. So I'll check this out, and T is 90. So 87 ratio 90 is 29 ratio 30. Easy calculations. So this is something an easy picking in the paper. Ratio of number of pastries sold by R on Sunday to Monday is 4 ratio 5. Okay, so this data was of Sunday. Now R on Sunday to Monday is 4 ratio 5, and unsold pastries is 3 ratio 10. Right? What is the total number of pastries baked by R on Monday? So sold is 4 ratio 5, and this is 3 ratio 10. So sold हो जाएंगे आपकी 4 से divide, that is 57. So into 5 is 285. Three parts is 12, one part is 40. So that will be 325. Okay. So then we have the cost of baking each pastry for shop S was rupees 80. 80 rupees की pastry बनी. 49 of the sold pastries were sold at 25% profit. One third was sold at 30% profit, and the remaining was sold at 50%. And unsold pastry sold at 10% loss on next day. What was the total profit earned by shop S? Okay, so a bit of calculation is needed for this particular question. You could avoid to skip this question. So let us do that thing. क्योंकि इसमें calculation करना है, right? Calculation करना है. So let's just skip it. Mark for review कर देते हैं. We'll come back to it later. Again, a calculation based one. Out of the number of pastries that were unsold, 25% were given to beggars. Remaining 55, 5.9% were eaten by the staff. Rest was sold at 10% loss if each pastry cost. So again, calculation based. Two questions we avoided. Okay. Okay, so this looks to be an easy one. It says that hats sold by seller A and B in 5 days. Okay, seller A, seller B. Now, looks quite easy क्योंकि बहुत basic calculation है इसमें pie chart भी नहीं है कि आपको pie से values निकालनी है. So let's attempt this. Ratio of the number of hats sold by seller A on Monday and Tuesday together. Monday and Tuesday. ये कहीं पे note कर लेते हैं और I'll like come back to it later and we will solve that. ठीक है. और I'll do one thing, that I'll note in one paper so that like later on I have the ease to calculate it. Okay, so I'll just note it down. So noted these values. Okay. Uh, if in case I happen to attempt this question later, I can just come back to these values. Number of hats sold by A on Monday and Tuesday together. Let me do this calculation mentally. This is 585, right? 585. Now, if you see, this is 585, right? Now, if you divide by 5, this is 117. So, we can knock off first three options. Either it has to be fourth option or fifth option. To the number of hats sold by seller B on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday together. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, this is 710 and 245, 955. Okay, 955. If you're good at calculations, you have mentally भी कर सकते हो. Like I could have done this mentally, but just showed you how to do this. So 955, that means 191. ये easy set है, should be attempted in the test. A from Monday to Friday is approximately what percentage of the average number of hats sold by seller B from Monday to Friday? Add कर लेते हैं से. Okay, so A from Monday to Friday or B from Monday to Friday. Okay. Now, if you see this thing, okay, values are close to 100. So let us add for only one of those. There are two ways to add. Like since there are fewer values, then probably you can add both the columns. So 325 and 27. I'll tell you how to add fast. ठीक है कैसे फटाफट ऐड करते हैं. How to club the addition. So 325, 260, 340, 275 और 410 add करना है. Okay, so these are, I'm teaching you some addition tricks. 325 और 275 को साथ में ऐड करो. Okay, so what do you get? 600. इन दोनों को साथ में ऐड करो, so you get 600. 1200 हो गया प्लस 410, 1610. So A में 1610 हो गया, right? Now here there are fewer values. So you can add column wise for B. Now I'll tell you one another technique which you should use when there are large number of values. यहाँ पे सिर्फ 5 values हैं. अगर मान लो यहाँ पे 10 values होती, ठीक है, so how would you do that 10 values fast instead of adding all those? ठीक है, so वो technique भी सीख लो. So seller B को यहाँ पे first case में 75 का advantage है, second में 50 का loss है, third में 70 का advantage है, फोर्थ में 25 का एडवांटेज है एंड फिफ्थ में देयर इज अ बिग लॉस दैट इज 160. So what we can do is we can make it like 75 plus 25 is 100, 170. So 170 minus 65 is 5 minus 45. So minus 45 होना चाहिए इससे. So 1610 minus 45 will be 1565. So 1565 is B and A is 1610. So it is saying that A is what percentage of B. So A upon B will be how much? 1610 by 1565. Okay. So 45 extra आ रहा है. 45 upon 1565 will be कितना? Almost 3%. 15 into 3 is 45. So 103% will be the answer. Okay, so I am solving this at a slow pace to explain also कि किस तरह से कहाँ पे कैलकुलेशन कैसे हैक्स यूज कर सकते हैं. If seller A sold 200% more hats on Saturday than the average hat sold on Monday to Friday, अच्छा, so Monday to Friday से 200% more hats sell किए. Saturday is approximately what percentage is more than that. Okay, अभी हमने calculate किया था एवरेज नंबर ऑफ हैट सोल्ड ऑन मंडे टू फ्राइडे. सो ए का हमने कैलकुलेट किया था, टोटल वाज 1610. ओके, नाउ एवरेज इफ वी टॉक अबाउट दिस इज 322. सो ऑन सैटरडे ही सोल्ड 200% more, so into 3 times, that is 966. Then it is saying that number of hats sold by seller A on Saturday is approximately what percentage more than hats sold by A and B on Monday. A plus B on Monday we will calculate. So Monday we have 725. 725, it is saying how much more. So this is 241 more upon 725. Now if you multiply 241 by 3, that will be 723. So this number is roughly one third. So you can say which is 33.33%, right? Very close to 33.33%. That will be our answer. Okay. Seller B sold 120% more hats on Sunday than the number of hats sold by seller B on Thursday. And so Thursday it sold 300, so Sunday 360. And seller has sold 180% more hats on Sunday than the number of hats sold on Tuesday. So Tuesday is 260. 260 का 180% more, 280%. 26 into 28 ka na, that is 27 square minus 1, that is 720. Right? Find the difference between the number of hats sold by them. So 728 minus 360. अच्छा सॉरी ये होगा 660 नॉट 120% मोर कह रहा है 120% नहीं कह रहा है 120% मोर ओके सो 360 मोर सो टोटल 660 selling and this is 728 so the difference is 68. Okay, so now this is a caselet. It says that there are three countries ABC and there are engineers, doctors and astronauts and some percentage lot of percentage values are given. So let us skip it for now. Okay, calculation lag raha hai isme. So we'll come back to it later and then see it. Okay, so now let's see the individual questions which probably could be solved in lesser time. So let's solve these quant questions and then we will. So this says Abhishek sold an article at a profit of 18% and he sold the same article at 22%. He would have earned 294 more cost price. So this is like a question which can be done verbally also. Like इसके लिए आपको पेन पेपर नहीं चाहिए. So 18%, 22%, 4% increase हो रहा है. 4% increase is 294. So divide कर लो 4 से. So you will get 70350. So 7350. A boat travels 80 km downstream in a river. The speed of the current is one third of the speed of the boat. So we have four speeds: downstream speed, boat's upstream speed, boat and stream. So current is one third of boat in water. So boat की speed 3x है. So current की x हो जाएगी. Downstream will be 4x. Upstream will be 2x. Downstream it takes 5 hours. So downstream is 16. Speed is 16. So 8, 12 and 4. If the boat speed in still water is increased by 25%, so boat की speed अब कितनी हो गई 15 हो गई and the boat covers the same distance downstream in the same amount of time, what is the speed of current now? तो अब क्या हो गया कि now it is taking the downstream speed is remaining same. Okay, so downstream speed is 16, boat की speed 25% बढ़ा दी, right? So now it is asking the speed of stream which is 1 kilometer per hour. Easy question. In a ratio of wine and water is 7:2, 18 liters of mixture is taken out and same volume of pure wine is added. Volume of wine in the mixture becomes 5 times the volume of water. What was the volume of water in the initial mixture? So we have wine and water. Okay. So what are we doing? 7:2. So let us say 7x and 2x. Now 18 liter of mixture is taken out. Now if you take out 18 liters, so that will be going in the ratio 7:2 only. Okay. So इसमें 14 हो गया और इसमें 4 चला गया. Right. So 7x minus 14 and this is 2x minus 4. अब इसमें क्या करिए? Pure wine is added. So wine is added. So 18 liters हमने wine डाल. So it becomes 7x plus 4 and this is 2x minus 4. So volume of the wine in mixture becomes 5 times. So this is 5 times of 2x minus 4. Just 10x minus 20. So 3x is equal to 24, x is equal to 8. Right, so x is 8. Volume of water in the initial mixture. So that will be 16. So the answer is 16 liters. So these individual questions seem to be easy ones. Okay, and you should be attempting those questions. Like if you find individual questions easy rather than DI, so in that case, one should go and attempt those. Distance between 2 points P and Q is 756. Train starts at 8:30 am. So यहाँ से 8:30 पे start की with a speed of 72 and train B starts at 9 am. So यहाँ से 9 pm पे start की 80 km per hour से 756 distance था and we need to tell that distance between the trains at 11:30. So first this train is starting, so let us move it till 9 am. सो हाफ एन आवर में कितना कवर कर लेगा 36 किलोमीटर. So now remaining distance is 720. Yeah. Now what is happening is uh, 9:30 9 से लेके 11:30 the duration is 2.5 hours. Okay. And what is the relative speed? Since they are moving in opposite directions, so relative speed is 150. So 152 into 2.5, you can say 76 into 5, 380. They are covering in 2.5 hours. So 720 difference था 380 और कम हो जाएगा the distance. So the remaining distance will be 340 kilometers. Okay, time, speed, distance. Lot of variety of questions are there. You must cover the different concepts. Okay, so these two people can do in 24 and 40 days. After 8 days, Shubham can complete the same work in 20 days. Join them. In how many days can they complete the whole work? Okay, so V, T, and we have S. So let us say the work is 120. So V is doing 5 units in a day. T is doing 3 units in a day, and then S is doing 6 units in a day. Okay, so 8 days in दोनों ने काम किया. So 8 into 8, 64 units are done. 64 units done. Okay. Now these three are working. So they are do 14 units in a day. So 64 done. Remaining is 56. And 14 की efficiency से काम कर रहा है. So 4 more days. So 8 days they work together and then 4 more days. Total 12 days. Perimeter of a rectangle is equal to perimeter of a semicircle of radius 21 centimeter. We need to find the length of rectangle is twice its breadth. What is its area? So semicircle का perimeter होता है. For a circle, the radius, the circumference is, it is saying circumference, right? Perimeter basically, not the area. So for a circle, it is 2 pi r. This portion is pi r, and this portion is 2 r. So pi r plus 2 r. So pi into r, 22 by 7 into r plus 40. So this is 66 plus 42, 108. 108. So it is saying that length of rectangle is twice its breadth. So we have 2a plus a and into that is equal to 108. So 6a is equal to 108, a is 80. So it is 36 and 80 and we need to find its area. So 36 into 80, area is 640. Two numbers in the ratio 3:4. The first number is halved and second number is increased by 6. First number is 1/3 of the second, sum of the original numbers. Okay, so two numbers and 3:4 में. First number is halved, so it will become 1.5 and second number is increased by 6. 4x plus 6 and this is 1 by 3. So we will get 4x plus 6 is equal to 4.5x. Half x is equal to 6, so x is equal to 12. Right, so sum of the initial numbers is 7x or 20. Semi-annually, paid back after 1 year, right? So paid back after 1 year means that R will be treated as 5% and time will be taken as 2, right? So 6800 amount we need to find. So 1 plus 5 by 100 raised to the power 2. So we can say 21 by 20. So 6800 into 21 by 20 into 21 by 20. So 2020 is 400. So that will be 17. Okay. 17 into 21 into 21. So now what we can do is like remove these two first, third and A, C, E हमारे reject हो जाएंगे क्योंकि last digit हमारा 7 आएगा. ठीक है. So A, C, E reject होगा. We will test one of the options. ठीक है. Multiply करने से अच्छा एक काम कर लेते हैं. 17 से divide कर लो. ठीक है. अगर कोई नंबर 17 से divide हो जा रहा है, I mean that is one way to guess. 17 से 7947, 17 468, okay, 11 बचा 114, 6 is 102, and then we have 12 127. So divide नहीं हो रहा. So this is not our answer. 7497 should be the answer. ठीक है. तो like ideally you should not check both, but ये वाला देख लेते हैं. अगर suppose हमने 7497 को check किया होता 7497, So 17 into 4 is 68. 6 which is 69. 4 times that is 68. 117. So 4 for 1 divide over. So that is our answer. But exam में दोनों check नहीं करना है. एक check कर लिया 17 से divisible नहीं है, so not the answer. Okay, so certain techniques that help you solve fast. So three angles of a quadrilateral are 5, 7, 11, and the fourth angle is 38 degree. 5, 7, 11, that is 23x. Okay, and plus 38 is equal to 360. See, it's a quadrilateral, total angle is 360. So 23x will be equal to 322. So x will be equal to 14. Now, how did I do very fast? Like कि आप सोच रहे होगे कि 23 की टेबल कैसे आती है? Suppose मुझे 23 की टेबल नहीं आती है, ठीक है? I mean, I know, but suppose let us say you do not know the table of 23. अभी ये स्पीड कैसे बनती है कि 23 से 322 को कैसे डिवाइड करना है? 23 है, ठीक है? 10 टाइम्स लोगे तो 230 आएगा, 20 टाइम्स लोगे तो 460 आ जाएगा, ठीक है? सो 10 से ज्यादा होना चाहिए, 20 से कम होना चाहिए. वी हैव टू थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ इन लाइन ऑफ 10, ठीक है? अब 3 को कौन से नंबर से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे? लास्ट में 2 आएगा. 3 into 4 is 12, राइट? सो x आ जाएगा 14. तो ये अगर एक एबिलिटी आ जाती है लास्ट डिजिट गेस करने वाली, फर्स्ट डिजिट गेस करने वाली, सो यू कैन डू टू डिजिट मल्टीप्लिकेशंस वेरी फास्ट. ओके, सो टू डिजिट की जो मल्टीप्लिकेशन है, इफ सम मोर क्वेश्चन परमिट्स दिस काइंड ऑफ टेक्निक, वी विल डिस्कस दैट एज वेल. ठीक है, तो ये चीजें आपको फास्ट बनाती हैं, राइट? सो अगर ये टेक्निक अच्छी लगी, सो प्लीज डू लाइक दिस वीडियो and let's see this now. X is 14. So the question is saying that a triangle has two angles equal to the smallest and the second smallest angles of the mentioned quadrilateral. अच्छा, एक एंगल इसका 38 है, एंगल्स वर 5, 7, 11. सो ये तो स्मॉलेस्ट नहीं होंगे. 5 into 14 is 70. सो वन एंगल इज स्मॉलेस्ट हो जाएगा इसका 38, ठीक है? सेकेंड स्मॉलेस्ट हो गया इसका 70. ये दो तो बड़े हो जाएंगे. So two angles are these. We need to find the third angle. So 70, 38, that is 108. So next will be 72. A train has speed of 72 km per hour, which is 20 meter per second. Due to stoppages. Now this is talking about uh, like how much time did it stop. So speed is 72 km per hour. Due to stoppages, it took 9 hours to cover a distance of 500 km. 504 किलोमीटर. फॉर हाउ मच टाइम डिड इट स्टॉप पर आवर, ठीक है? सो क्या हुआ कि इसने 504 इफ यू डिवाइड बाय 72, दैट इज इक्वल टू 7 आवर्स. तो ये ट्रैवल किया इसने 7 आवर्स में. ड्यू टू स्टॉपेजेस 9 आवर्स, तो टोटल कितना लगा? 9 आवर्स. तो स्टॉप कितना हुआ? स्टॉप हुआ 2 आवर्स. सो इट इज सेइंग हाउ मच टाइम डिड इट स्टॉप पर आवर. सो 9 में से 2 आवर्स स्टॉप हुआ, सो टोटल इज 9. This is stop. Stop amount total is 2 by 9. अब per hour में क्या convert करना है? We'll multiply by 60. This is 2 hours out of 9 hours. So 2 by 9 time is stop time. 2 by 9 of 60. So we can say that now what we will do is we will get 40 by 3. 40 by 3 hours. 40 by 3. Sorry, this will be in minutes. Okay, because 60 से multiply करके हमने minutes. 40 by 3 minutes, 40 means 13 minutes, and 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is 20 seconds. So 13 minutes and 20 seconds per hour, it is the stop time. A person distributed 25% of his property to his wife. Of the remaining 40% was equally divided among his 3 grandchildren. The remaining property was shared with his son and daughter in the ratio 4:5. Who among the following received the least share? Okay. So इसकी property मान लेते हैं 100. So 25 goes to the wife. Of the remaining, so remaining कितना? 75 का 40%, that is equal to 30. Was equally divided among his 3 grandchildren. तो ये wife को गया, grandchildren को 30 equally divide हो गया, that is 10, 10, 10. Then the remaining property, so remaining कितनी हो गई? 45. Son and daughter in the ratio 4:5. Son and daughter को 4:5. So that is 20 and 25. Now it is saying who received the least share. Okay. Now ideally one grandchild received the least share. ठीक है, but यहाँ पे ऑप्शन में क्या है? Grandchildren combined. ठीक है, combined word use किया. So we will take these 3 as combined. So we see the least is received by the son. A tank can be filled separately in 60 and 80 minutes. Bottom में empty tank लगा, that is 72 minutes. pipe A and tap P are open for 1 hour, 3 minutes, and after that pipe B is also open. After what time from the opening pipe B the system becomes full. Okay. So सबसे पहले efficiency ले लेते हैं 60, 80 and 70. 60 and 80 का तो आ जाएगा आपका 240. 72 लेके 7 to 80 हम capacity ले लेते हैं A, B and this is tap P. So this will fill 12, this will fill 9 and this is minus 10, right? A and P are open for 1 hour 3 minutes. Okay, so 63 minutes mein they are filling 2, that is 126 is filled, right? Remaining kitna hai 126 subtract kar lo, that is equal to 594. And after that pipe B is also open, so pipe B agar open kar denge so they will fill 21 minus 10 11, so 11 that will give us 54. So it will take 54 minutes to fill the tank after. So typical time and pipe and based questions. So जो भी arithmetic के questions हैं, you should know the concepts and some techniques which we are using here. Raghav gave half of his savings of rupees 176,800 to his wife and divided the among his two sons 17 and 15 years. He divided in such a way that each of his sons, when attained the age of 20 years, would receive the same amount at 10% compound interest per annum. What was the share of Balbir? ठीक है, अब इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे करते हैं? Now see this thing. This is a compound interest based question. So forget on how much is the property. Let us look at the division part. So Ankush and Balbir. Okay. So Ankush is of 17 years, Balbir is of 15 years, right? Now what is happening is when they receive become 20 years, they will receive same amount. 20 year में same amount होनी चाहिए. Okay. So इसका कितने साल का compounding है? 3 साल की 3 years compounding, 5 years compounding, right? So 3 years compounding means let us say this person's income is A, right? A, that is rate of interest is 10% per annum, right? So we can say 1.1 raised to the power 3, right? That is equal to B will get the same amount 1.1 raised to the power 5. So you will get, like we can divide by the common power, so it will become power 2. So A is equal to 1.21. ठीक है, so what we will do is हम क्या करेंगे इसे 100 and 121 के रेशियो में स्प्लिट कर, okay? So if A has to have a larger value, so if B is equal to 100, so A will be 221 parts. अब हमें क्या करना है कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल सी हाउ मच इज द प्रॉपर्टी 176,800. हाफ तो वाइफ को चलेगी, ठीक है, सो रिमेनिंग इज 884, ठीक है, 884,000 आर देयर. 884 को आपने क्या करना है, टोटल पार्ट्स आर 221, 121 ए का हो गया, सो टोटल इज 221 4 टाइम्स. सो बी का जाएगा 400 एंड ए का जाएगा 484, right? So B का है 40,000. Okay, share of Balbir. This is a typical compound interest question, sometimes asked in some of the exams. Okay, so I think quant होने वाला है. Let's just finish it up fast. Ratio of the radius of two cylinders x and y is 2:1 and their heights are 2:3. Ratio of volume. So volume is pi r square h. So pi pi दोनों में चला जाएगा r square h. So radius is 2, 1, h is 2 and 3. So that will be 8 ratio. 12 white, 15 green colored masks. 2 marks are picked. First marks will be white and the second will be green. So first white होना चाहिए और second green होना चाहिए. So when you pick the first mask, that will be one. Like, so this is 12 and 15 green. So first has to be white, that is 12 by 27. And now we have already picked the white mask, so we are left with 26 masks and this should be green. So we can get 4 into 5 is 20. This is 30 by 78 or 10 by 39. Okay, so some questions on this approximation. Again, these are easy questions and should be done in the exam. 40% of 600, that is 240 minus 250, that is minus 10. Okay, minus 10 ये आ गया और this is 80% of minus 720. So that should be 710. 710 minus 720 is this. Right now, closest option is 700. We will pick that. 25% of 40, that is 10, plus 20% of 50, that is 10, is equal to dash minus 5% of or 6% of 100. So that is 26. Approximate value 580 is 24 is 576. 24 into this is 32 divided by 4 is 16 into some number x. So 16 में यहीं पे ले आते हैं side. This 12 will be the answer. 25 into 3.25. So this paper is the typical CET pattern which used to be uh, before. मतलब, like last year there were random patterns, but the typical CET pattern that used to happen, you can say up to 2020 or 21, wherein they used to have all these kind of questions also, approximation, DI, okay, series was also there, quadratic was also there. This has the mix of all such questions. 25 into 3.25. So इसको 3 नहीं ले सकते. We'll have to take 3.25. Correct value we'll have to find out. So 25 into 3 is 75 and 6.25, that is 81.25, and 504 by 24 is 21, so 2.1. So 83.35. Now, if you are good with calculations, you must attempt these questions because generally easier than 52 divided by 13 plus this is cube root of 2744. That will be 14 cube. This is 81 square root. 4 plus 126, 130. Answer. Okay, so I got DIS man. National income and population of a country. So 5 years they have given national income and population. So per capita income is dividing the national income by the population. Okay. Per capita income in 1991, right? Now see this thing. अब इसमें ये देखना है basically कि this is in billion. Okay. The national income is in billions. And population is in millions. ठीक है. Billion is basically what? 10 to the power 9 and million is 10 to the power 6 or 10 lakh जिसे आप कहते हो, right? So that means 1 billion is equal to 1000 million. That you should know. तो ये जो पहला क्वेश्चन है इसमें you do not have to divide to get 362. You just have to see that कि वो क्या स्केल पे बनेगा. 1991, right? 1991 is the third one, right? So you will get 1086 by 30, right? And into 1000. आपको ये नहीं देखना कि 362 आएगा क्या आएगा. This is coming 36, 30 something, right? So it will be 36.2 into 1000. So 36,002. The scale was the test in this question. The percentage increase in the national income is the highest during. So national income is this. ठीक है, आपको percentage increase highest बताना है, right? Now if you see 550 to 750, like I cannot explain in the graph here, so I'll have to draw the values. So 550 is 756, 86, 785, 1785. This is 2480 and 3170. Now, we do not have to calculate the percentage increase. The mistake that people do is they calculate the percentage increase. ठीक है, हमें एक rough estimation रहता है. 550 से 750 कितना परसेंट होगा? 10% 55 होगा, दिस इज 400, सॉरी 200, लेस देन 40%। और अगर आप 40% भी मान लेते हो, अप्रोक्सीमेटली आपको होगा 40%, ठीक है। 750 से दिस कितना हो गया? 300 का इंक्रीज हो गया, सो यू विल से रफली 40% अगेन। Okay. Now if you see this, can we see 70%? 700 का इंक्रीज है ना। आप कहोगे कि चलो 1000 नहीं है, 1086, सो दिस इज रफली 65%। 700 का इंक्रीज है रफली 40%, ठीक है। दिस इज 700 इंक्रीज ऑन दिस रफली 30%, सो क्लियर कट दिस इज द हाईएस्ट। नाउ द हाईएस्ट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द प्रीवियस वैल्यू, ठीक है। तो पहला इज हाईएस्ट इंक्रीज होना चाहिए एंड always calculate the percentage increase with respect to previous value. So the answer will be this year 1785 कब हुआ है? 2001 में। So 2000 1991 to 2001 will be the answer. So if they ask which year had the highest percentage increase, now this is a very common question. Percentage increase, it could be population, it could be price, any such thing. So that you will go about it. Okay. Lowest per capita income is the lowest. Now per capita income will be the most difficult one because आपको population से divide करना है, तो skip this question. Population in 2031 is expected to increase by the same percentage. Population is increased by the same percentage, right? So what will be the population in 2031? So 2011 से 2021 में कितना increase हुआ था? That is 40 to 46. 15% increase हो गया, 15%। अब इसमें 15% और कर लो, 10% इज 40 is 4.6, that will be 6.9, so 52.9 million increase, and the government expects the per capita income is 80,000. So previous question का डेटा लेते हैं, 529 and 8,000। Okay, national income portion. So 5200 is 529 into 8 is 4,000, 4,000 plus 232, 4232. Okay, so now we have come to the next section. So quant, I took really, I was explaining the questions also, so it took a lot of time. Now let's see that if we should uh, do these or go back to the. Let's do the reasoning section first. Okay, 15 तक हमने देखा था. Next is, so let's do these questions. So we'll probably do quant took too much time because I started explaining also that I should not have done. Okay, so we will come back to this later. So abhi 1:30, so we'll complete in 45 minutes. Okay, so and then come back to this. All cards are debit cards. Cards are debit cards, and some debit cards are not ATM. Okay, some are ATM, some are not ATM. No ATM cards are credit cards. First is no credit cards are debit cards. So credit card can come here, right? So first is wrong. Some cards are not ATM, right? Some cards are not ATM. So we can make it false by putting cards here. अगर हम cards को ऐसा बना देते हैं, like if you make this kind of arrangement, so we can prove both as false. Okay, so not neither will. All colors are paint. No paint is brush. Some brushes are not smooth. Some brushes are smooth, so these brushes are not smooth. No colors are brush, not no paint is brush. So paint or brush overlap नहीं होता. First is true. Some paint is not smooth. Okay. So some paint is not smooth. Let us put all the smooth things here. So we are saying that some paint is not smooth, right? So to make it false, it says that all paint is smooth. So can we make smooth over here? Yes, and we can have brush over here, right? So this is a possible arrangement. So second can be false. So only one follows. No picture is frame. So picture, this is frame. All frames are photos, right? All photos are memories, right? So this is the general arrangement. Some photos are not picture. Okay, some photos are not pictures. So no, so there are some photos. So these frames are not pictures. Okay. So there are some photos which are not pictures. So first is correct. All frames are memories. All frames are memories. So both will follow. Some skin is here. All hair is dark, and no dark is light. So first is some skin is light, which is obviously false. No skin is light. Okay. Now this is either or case. Okay. Complementary pair banda skin and light, some and no, right? So that will be either one or two false. Okay. So there is a blood relation. It says that there are seven members in a family and consisting of two married couples. N is the mother-in-law of P. Right? So N is here and P will be here. Okay, N has only two children and both are females. So N has two daughters, right? So this will be a male. And M is the sister of P and aunt of K. So M is the sister of P and aunt of K. So they will have some child K. And O is one of the members of the family. There is one person O here. C is the grandfather of K. So C will be this person and father of R. So M has only one sibling. So this is P only. R has to be one of these two people. R is not the spouse of P. So this will be R. And one more person has to be there. That is O. Right? So these are the seven members. So N has two children, R and O. Right? And O is married to P. So this is the arrangement. So K gendered is not. Relation of K with respect to N. Right? So K with respect to N. Either N का या तो grandson है granddaughter. So we are given either granddaughter or grandson. So we'll use that. Daughters of C are R and O. If K is the grandson of C, how many female members are there in the family? So if K is the grandson, that will be a male member. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 female members. So this is input output. Step does that later 8, 8, 8, 15. Never speak lies. So does that has 8, 8. Skip this because logic looks, I mean time consuming logic. ठीक है अभी के लिए skip करते हैं. You should focus on doing things which can be done instantly. इसमें थोड़ा कुछ होता है. Alphabets. A is 4 meters to the west of B and B is 9 meters to the north of C. D is 6 meters to the east of C and 5 meters to the north of E. F is 6 meters to the east of E and 10 meters to the south of G. 10 is right. So this is the diagram. Now we can answer these questions based on B with respect to G. B with respect to G करना है. So B with respect to G is here, B is here, right? So ये 10 है, this is 9 plus 5, 14. So G will be somewhere here, right? So B will be north and west. So northwest. C and F, what is the distance? So C and F, if we see, the vertical distance is 5 and horizontal distance is 12. So 5 and 12 का triangle बनता है 13. Right? Pythagoras theorem. So 13 meters. E with respect to A. E with respect to A is here and E is here. So southeast. Okay, so three questions were done. Let's now move this because these are individual questions that can be done fast. Okay, L greater than N. So we will combine this. S is the combining one. P and U. So P is less than equal to S. S was less than E, and P is greater than U. U is less than equal to T. So P and T, like if you see both side signals, PU में कोई relation नहीं बन सकता because both side symbols are there. V greater than M. Okay, this is P equal to N greater than M. Now, if you see from V to M, same side signal बन रहा है ऐसे वाले, and M is less than V, right? So second is true. Second P is less than Q, greater than R. S is greater than Q. Q is greater than equal to P. P and S के बीच में कोई comparison नहीं हो सकता, right? S and R के बीच में भी कोई S and R के बीच में हो सकता है. S is greater than Q. Q is greater than R. So S is greater than R. So second is true. First is not. Okay, so next one. These inequality ones are easy ones. Okay, so easy pickings are P is greater than equal to Q. Q is less than equal to R. R is greater than S. S is less than. ठीक है, P and R के बीच में कोई relation नहीं है. T greater than R, that is also no relation. Okay, again input output. इसमें क्या करना है कि 47395. They are changing the digit by 1. So 47395. 47395. 4 को बना दिया 5, that is +1. 7 को बना दिया 6 -1. 3 बन गया 2, that is -1. 9 became 8. 5 became 4. +1 किस में हो रहा है? Okay, so like if you see the pattern, this is noticeable pattern. If it is even, +1, and odd have to be -1. ऐसे कर लेते because like I think there will be 4-5 questions from it, and logic if you have figured out, we can answer these questions. Second step is 145. 145, 143. 56284. If we add this 11, 13. Second step नहीं आ रहा है. इसी में step 1 पूछा नहीं पड़ा. Okay, there were only 3 questions, so let's ignore that. ठीक है, logic second step का logic hit नहीं कर रहा था, so better avoid that. This is the next one. So this mock was on the difficult side. Okay, so it says that there are 8 people. They were born in different years, and you have to consider 2021 as the base year and answer these questions. Okay. So what we will do is we will arrange them in the years like this. One year is 2002, 1996, 1994, 1990, right? Then we have 86, 82, 82, and then we have 78 and 73. So इनकी एज लिख देते हैं एंड द पर्सन. So means we will subtract from 2021. So this is 19, 25, 27, 31, 35, 39, 43 and 48. So it's saying that age of Q is a prime number, but he is not the second eldest person. Second eldest means 43. So Q can be 19 or 31, right? Two people were born between Q and T who are older than Q. Q and T who are older than Q. अगर हम Q को लेते हैं 19, so then T will be two people between Q and T, right? So if this is Q, 1, 2, then T. So T will be 31 and 1, 2, T will be 43 in this case. Okay. V is either just older or just younger than P. So V and P consecutive, they will be born. Then we have number of people born after T is same as the number of people born before W. V and S 12. Okay, so a lot of information is there. We will probably make two cases and then solve it. Okay. So Q, if you put 19 and then T will be 31 in this case. Another case is Q and T here at 43. Two people, V is either just older or just younger than P. So V and P will come together. The number of people born after T is same as the number of people born before W. So born after T and before W. So how do we do this is, so that means that order of T and W from opposite ends is same. So यहाँ से T first, second, third and fourth है. So W will be first, second, third and fourth. So in this case W will be here. यहाँ पे T second है, so W will be this person. Okay. Now V and P are together, so they will come in these two places in this scenario. Two people were born between W and P. Okay. 1, 2 यहाँ पे P आ जाएगा. So ये V आ जाएगा. इसमें दो केस बनेंगे अभी. Right, we'll keep it for now. Difference between V and S is 12 years. So V is 39. S will be 27 here. R was born before U. So R will be born before U. So that will be the case. Who was not born after S? So U was not born after S. So U has to be before S. So this case is not possible. Okay. Last line says, okay, it is correct because it is saying U was not born after S. U is born before S. Okay, so ये वाला case हमारा सही बैठ रहा है. So this could be our answer. Okay, so let us go with this answer. RWSQPVTU. R and T, how many people are born? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people are born. 2002, we have R who is born in 2002. Older than U. So U is the oldest. So none of them is. Okay. That means our answer is coming wrong. This satisfies these conditions. Let us just quickly see कि सारी conditions satisfy हो रही है. Q is a prime number, but C is not the second eldest. Fine. Two people between Q and T who are older than Q. ये भी सही है. And then we have V is either just older or younger than P. So V and P are consecutive. Number of people born after T. S before W, that is also fine. W and P, two people born. V and S is 12, so V was 39, S will be 27. R was born before. Okay, sorry, we made a mistake here. R was born before U. So R will be born here and U will be born here. And it says that U was not born after S. But as per this, U is born after S. So ये वाला case हमारा गलत है. So you'll have to go with the first case. And here also we had two cases. So now we can put those two cases. So we had Q and T and W. And the next thing was uh, W and P, two people in between. So 1, 2, 1, 2, this is P. So P adjacent is V. So here also we will have V. So if this is V is 27 and S will be 39. B is 48, S is not possible. Right? So this is done. R was born before U. Okay, so R is before U. So R is before U. U was not born after S. So U is before. So this is the right case. Okay, so QPV, this is the right one. So ये है अपना 38 36 is right. R and T. R and T we have, this is R, this is T. 1, 2, 3 people in between. 2002, again I think in this case 2002 we have Q born in 2002, older than U, right? So U is the second oldest, only R is older than. S was born in which year? So S was born in 1980. W and V, sum of ages. W is 35 and V is 27. Sum of ages is 62. Facing the center, different colors. Now there are just 6 people. Okay, so just 6 people are. So we will make this. Okay, ज़्यादा लोग होते we would have avoided. They like different colors, and A and the one who likes orange. Yellow sits third to the right of the one who likes orange. Okay, so now if you see, there is the relation between yellow, orange, and C. Okay, so the one who likes yellow sits third to the right of the one who likes orange. So let's say if you write orange over here, yellow third to the right. So first, second, third. So this is yellow. Then it says C sits second to the right of the one who likes yellow. So this is C. Only two people between C and the one who likes red. So 1, 2 or 1, 2. This is the person liking red. D sits second to the right of the one who likes red. So this is red. So this is D second to the right. The one who likes pink second to the left of the one who likes blue. Right? Pink second to the left of blue. Now only these two can be taken with a difference of 2. Right? So pink is second to the left of blue. So this will be blue and this will be pink. Only one person between E and purple. So this will be purple. And one person between E and purple. So either this person will be E or this person will be E. इन दोनों में से कोई एक होगा. और one statement was left in the beginning. Only one person between A and the one who likes orange. Okay, so this is orange. This is already D. So ये हो जाएगा आपका A. Okay, one person and orange. And this will be E because one person between purple and E. This is purple. So this will be E. And we are left with two more people, B and F. E is not an immediate neighbor of F, so B and F will be. Okay, so this was an easier puzzle because only 6 people were involved. Okay. So we can answer these questions. As many people sitting between F and the one who likes orange as between B and dash. Okay, so first of all, B and orange. B and orange. Orange is here. There are 2 people between B and F and orange. So answer is 2 people. ठीक है, अब हमें देखना B and किसके बीच में कह रहा है. So B and 2 people किस में होगा? 1 2, that means D, yeah, purple, one who likes purple. Third to the right of D, so this is D. Third to the right, first, second, third, that is blue or B. B and pink, right of B. So this is B and pink. This is pink. So people in between, one, two, three. So three people in between. Who likes purple? So we have purple is by D. F likes which of the following colors? So F likes yellow color. Okay, now this is uncertain number of people. Okay, so wherein we are given that there are some people, we are not given the count of people. Now, typically, what people do in these questions is they think कि बहुत लंबा है क्योंकि number of people, if you say 24, 28, 34 options बहुत बड़े बड़े हैं, right? So how to do this is इतना difficult होता नहीं जितना लग रहा है. You find someone from the uh, like end points. Okay, so if you see the statements, focus on the statements that talk about end points. Right, तो इसे थोड़ा सा expand कर लेते हैं. Now read for the statements that about end people, right? So first is saying T is sitting third from an extreme end of the row. एक तो T हो गया. Third है किस end से we do not know, right? Then if you see six between A and T and also between A and H, fine. Then we have J being second from an end of the row. ठीक है, so J second. अब किस साइड से second है किस साइड से third है, that we do not know, right? So let us see that if this is actually very difficult or not that difficult. So we will start with T. Why? Because T का हमें काफी connection दिया. Like T is connected to A, again A is connected to H also. So let us do one thing. Let us start T from uh, the left end. ठीक है, एक example है. So 1 2 T. Now we have, it says that six people are sitting between A and T and also between A and H. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, that is 8. Or you can just write the number 6 also. कि ऐसे भी कर सकते हो, बाद में आप fill कर सकते हो places. Then A, then six people will be this side and then H. Then three individuals are sitting between A and G, with G being 4 to the right of C. Okay. Three people between A and G. 9 individuals between C and K when counted from the left of K. So this looks big numbers like 9 people, 6 people, right? So initially we thought that it might be easy one, but looks to be कि थोड़ा tough end पे जा रहा है. Okay, so like when you realize, ठीक है, ये चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है कि कब आपको छोड़ना है. ये पता होना चाहिए कि like किस मोमेंट पे आपको क्वेश्चन skip कर देना. So this the moment I realized that okay, this is something which looks worth skipping. Okay, I guess some of you might have seen that movie Lucky Bhaskar, right? Although he was doing illegal work, okay, but the lesson from that movie was you should know when to skip something. ठीक है, मतलब वो गलत काम कर रहा था, बट उसे ये उसको पता चल जाता है कि अब मौका आ गया, ये गलत काम छोड़ दो. Okay, any escapes from that trap. So same thing, you should know that at what time you should leave a question. कि वो अगर सीख गए तो you will not get stuck in unnecessary question. It is inevitable to like not get uh, trapped in some questions. किसी कोई question हो सकता है जिसमें फंस सकते हैं. 9 people in 3 departments. Okay, so let's solve this one. This is 9 people in 3 departments. So let us see this if we can put them in those three departments. HR, IT, production, two people and maximum of four people can work in the same department. P work in the IT department. So HR, IT, and production. So three departments. It says that like we will put them in like departments, right? So it says that we have minimum two and maximum four. So two to four people can work in a department. So it can be two, three, four, right? It can also be three, three, three also. Okay. So two possibilities are there because it is not saying that three, three, three is not possible. So we will put like P works in the IT department. Uh, K works with R but not with P and J. Okay. So K and R will work together in HR or production. J and P work in different departments, right? Now, if you see, K does not work with P and J, and P and uh, J and P work in different departments. So, J will not work here, okay? So, J will work in the third department. Like if it is in HR, so J will be in production, and if it is in product, so they will be in HR. M works with O but not in the IT department. So M and O will not work in the IT department. R and L work in different departments. L does not work in the production department. Okay, L is not in the production department. And if you see the first statement here, L does not work in the IT department. So L production may be nahi, IT may be nahi. So L will be in the HR department. Okay, if you see the first one, L does not work in the IT department but works with Q. So L and Q will work here, right? And L does not work in the production. So L and Q will work here. So two people are done. Now we have K and R. So one pair is KR, they will work in the same department. Then we have M and O, they will work in the same department. Okay. So M and O cannot work in IT. So M and O can work in production or can work in HR also. ठीक है. अब देखो M and O if we put in HR, ठीक है. So we know that either ये या ये HR में आएंगे. So if you put M and O in HR and J also in HR, it will become 5, right? So it is not possible. So that means M and O will go into this department, production department. ठीक है. M and O यहाँ गए. So M and O भी sort out हो गए. Then KR and J. So they cannot work in IT department, KR. So they have to be HR or production department. R and L work in different departments. L be different मानना चाहिए. If you put KR here, then J will go here and L will go here. L is not in the IT department. That is नहीं L तो यहाँ पे sorry ये तो सही हो गया ना. L R and L work in different departments. So R and K will not come in here. R and K will come here. So R and K will be here, and then J works in this department. So 3, 4, and 2 people. क्या बच गया? P, Q, J, K, L, M, N is remaining. So M will come here. Okay. So this will be the department. So this was an easy puzzle. M in production, it is true. N in HR. Four of the five are alike in certain way. L, R, L, R, M, K, P, Q, K, N, and N, O. So all are in different departments. M and K are in same department. Which of the following statements is true? R works in IT department. So that is false. J works with M and O. that is also false. Q works in the HR department. That is, so only third is N, same department we have P. HR department we have L, Q and J. Okay, so this is a date-based puzzle. I think we have 1 hour left, and we will probably attempt एक लास्ट पजल कर लेते हैं एंड देन वी विल सी एक तो डेट बेस्ड पजल है देन फ्लोर बेस्ड पजल ओके पहले ये मिसलेनियस कर लेते हैं सो एंड देन वी विल डू एब्स्ट्रैक्ट रीजनिंग या थोड़ा एब्स्ट्रैक्ट रीजनिंग करते हैं वो भी देख लेते हैं कैसे क्वेश्चंस है embedded this y shape is embedded in which figure so if you see y shape y है ना ऊपर if you see d ऑप्शन डी यहाँ पे बीच में y दिख रहा है ट्रायंगल के दो साइड्स और एक वर्टिकल लाइन सेंटर 3 out of 1 is related to 2 in the same particular manner. We have to tell in which the relation does not exist. Okay, so 1 and 2 is related. So rotation, rotation. So if you see 1 and 2, like in first figure it is anti-clockwise rotation, anti-clockwise. This is clockwise. In third one, it is clockwise rotation. Okay, so we need to find, continue the series. So we have this circle moving this side. So circle remains constant, right? So circle was at the left, right, bottom, left, right. So circle will be on the right side. ठीक है circle left right में होगा which is present in 4 options. Okay, so first option we can eliminate. B, C, D are left, and then we have one sides, three sides, two sides, four sides, three, five, four, six. So pentagon and seven-sided figure. So pentagon and so this will be the answer. So the number of sides are increasing. Like if you see in the first diagram we have this and triangle. So it became two sides and four sides. In the third one it is triangle and pentagon. Okay, so number of sides is increasing by one each. Hmm, dots. Again, I'll ignore this question. Difficult to see the figure. So we have placement of dots. So one dot should be between square and circle, and one is triangle, square, triangle and square. I think in B we can make it. I think in B we can make this. One is between circle and triangle. One should be all three. All three region there, circle and triangle. So this paper folding, we cut it half and looks. When we open it, we will have triangles. I think this is the figure that we will see. Completing the pattern, central we should have a square. That fits an option B. So when you open this one, इसे ओपन करोगे तो यहाँ पे ऐसे सर्कल आएंगे, and when you open the upper part, so two circles will appear here. So here there should be four circles, and then two more at the central वाले ये ऊपर चले जाएंगे. These two will not be, because when you are folding this triangle like this, ये नीचे कर रहे हो, so यहाँ पे जो सर्कल है वो डिस्प्ले नहीं. So this one will be the answer. Figure completion, we should make a square like this, and that looks the only plausible option. Okay, so this one seems to be easy one. So circle comes down, becomes 1. So C will become, so it is double figure and single figure. So C will come down. So 2 times C and 1 square above. That is option 2. We have one pentagon and two separated ones. So ideally this should be the answer. Which is embedded inside the figure. ये लग रहा है ऑप्शन बी. You see this shape. टॉप पे फोकस करो यहाँ पे, like this triangle and this triangle and this. So we should have something like this, ऐसे करके ऊपर होना चाहिए, and joining like this. So end to end join करना चाहिए. So we will ignore option C, option D, and option A looks also fine. The fine difference between A and D, A and B. A and D में क्या? Sorry, A is the right one. A and B में से एक होना चाहिए. Looks close. I'll have to, will correct this question because options look exactly the same. So we will have one vertical line towards this side, and then let's see. Vertical line is missing in option D. So this will be the 1 and 2. Acid. So basically we have to take, so if you see, except in salt, all others are inverted. Okay, all others are inverted. Acid, base, 3, if you see, they are inverted. Figure completion. So we should have this kind of a shape. यहाँ पे white बनेगा, and then outside it should be black, and then from the corner we need to join the line. So that is an option C. Option D में देख लेते हैं how it is embedded. That looks in option B. So everything vanishes, everything will vanish inside. White at the towards the center, white, बाहर की तरफ black होना चाहिए, which is present in this option. Here we should have a black triangle, and triangle will be split into two parts, which is an option A looks fine. At the center, we will have a black triangle. Next figure, so we have the circle going up, triangle going up, is going up. So square should be on the top left. Okay. Then next, if we see the plus sign is going to the right hand side, O is going to the triangle should be in the bottom right. So two of the elements are matching. So we can go with that. Completing the pattern again, we should have one straight line like this. यहाँ पे ये जो है, we see this. We need to have a straight line like this and one line like this. Then we will have here the line was parallel, horizontal, parallel. This should be like sorry vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. Here we should have a vertical line. तो ऐसे vertical line भी बननी चाहिए. And then we have one triangle on the side, corner, corner, corner. So corner we will make a triangle like this after the line, and that triangle will be cut into two parts. So like this, which is an option 3. X moves two places, two places. X will come to this place. So here. And O, let us see, O was here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So O will be this side. So first, original image will be recreated. So they are moving two positions in each step. Okay. So abstract reasoning was easy, we did it. Now let us do verbal for some time and then we will protest in US statements is or are true. So looks a bit lengthy one. Okay, so let's just avoid this because is not true, inferred, protest. Audacious means bold or fearless. Okay. So closest in meaning, sometimes these things can help you answer. Peter gathering Silicon Valley executives, again true with reference. Again, for the timing, let us just skip it. Why are young people referred to as snowflake? This probably we can answer if we see कि snowflakes कहाँ पे mentioned. So they have mentioned here, to many lay observers, the answer that today's young people, the so-called snowflake generation, are less hardy than their predecessors, less willing to accept difficulties. So, like snowflake is very weak, right? So, the people of the current generation are less hardworking than they want to say. Okay, and they talk about anxiety and in adverse situations and all. So, answer is option A. Yeah, they are dedicated and cannot face tough situations. Then there is another passage on logistics. So probably we will attempt one of the passages. Abundant. Abundant means like enough, sufficient, so boundless can be the one that we can substitute. Okay, so an idiom is highlighted. We need to tell in which of these the idiom is correctly used. Eat someone's lunch means basically to beat someone. Yeah, well, like little meaning if you talk about that, uh, basically to occupy someone else's space or to give competition to someone. The US president want that if United States doesn't get moving to its China policy, they are going to eat our lunch. That is true. First is true. Second says I've been practicing really hard because I refuse to let my nemesis eat my lunch again. That also looks fine. The upstart ABC computer company is eating IBM's lunch. Eating IBM's lunch means they are giving competition to the company. So all looks to be true. Near to the bone. Near to the bone, I have no idea what is this idiom mean. On the ball. On the ball. On the ball, maybe someone who is expert. Just guessing. Photographer got some great pictures of the incident. She is really on the ball. She's got houses at auction, so she knows what she's doing. So maybe who is expert at something. The entire family has stood by his decision to move to another country, but on the ball if he decides to change his mind at the last. Now, if you see first and third make like similar sense, like expert on the ball, photographer was on the ball, got some great pictures. She's really on the ball. So on the ball basically means someone who is expert at certain thing. Four words are given, nearly same or opposite. Two words by marking the answer. Clandestine is being someone who hides something or does something secretly. Vanity is showing off, uh, like vanity is to show some power, right? Show off and all. Denouement, no, never heard of this word. Truthful is someone who is truthful. Of course, you know the meaning. We need to find the ones that are nearly same or opposite. So clandestine and truthful are opposites. Clandestine is something who hides certain things. Secretly झूठ बोल के कोई काम करता है. Truthful is opposite of it. So we have statements and you need to tell grammatically correct and meaningful use of the word point. This win could prove to be a historic turning point. So that is fine. He points to several factors supporting this conclusion. That is also fine. The decision to point नहीं होगा यहाँ पे थर्ड में अपॉइंट होना चाहिए सो वन एंड टू should be the correct ones. Opposite in meaning to the other words. Belittle means to defame someone मतलब किसी को like किसी का मजाक बनाना. Comment means to appraise praise someone. Yeah, deride also means similar. So opposite in meaning. So belittle, deride, vilify, mock, they mean same. So they basically mean, so there are four of them, they mean the same. Belittle, mock, deride means to make some fun of somebody. So comment is some to appraise someone. So again, this kind we need to tell where it is correctly used. Corner. Eventually, after putting a lot of effort, the thief was cornered by the police. Cornered means caught. He used to sit in the corner of the bar. That is also fine. The internet helps you demonstrate your virtue by buying products from the farthest corners of the world. I think all three look fine here. Counter Amit's proposal to hold this year's picnic at a lavish bungalow has become a crucial bargaining counter over prices. The two men encountered it off between them with a hostel. Third is true. Not sure about the other two, so I'll leave this. Counter it off. Replace the phrase printed in bold letters. I think it is not printed in bold, so we'll have to look for this phrase somewhere. Owing to his price, producers wanted him to resume shooting for the show, but the actor couldn't allocate bulk dates owing for his prior commitments. So that is question 174. Correct, continue. Owing to his prior commitments should be the right one because we do not use owing for, owing about, owing off. So owing to prior commitments. The Kerala government has refused to take off the iPhone which was received by the protocol officer while take off नहीं होगा, take off to remove something होता है, take over makes sense because it is the police like government uh, like takeover means to take responsibility of certain thing. Once Agra's air connectivity to the major cities in India restored as is the plans of the government. As is the plan of the government, the planning of the government. Is the plans to नहीं होगा? Planning of the government, the plan of the government. Maybe I'll just go with C. So it could be planning also. Bird keeper should remain alert for. I think no correction is required here. Non-engineer come out in support of farmers and staging protests on the foreign soil. So foreign soil we use. Should contact, which are either pair of synonyms or antonyms. Conundrum means some kind of difficult situation. These words look alien to me, so I'll skip that. Okay, so this is closed test and there are 8 questions associated with it, so we should attempt it. Invention should not be dashed with innovation, though both involve creativity to design a product. So it basically means that invention and innovation should not be interchanged, right? Or bound, confused. Confused makes sense. Should not be confused with innovation because people get confused with these two terms. Confused between these two terms. So the one will be confused. Uh, Innovation is more than just invention. For after creating something new, innovation would make it dash through action and implementation. A reality, authenticity, basis, justification, achievement does not make sense. Third blank is the best innovators are those who constantly seek to make components that are better, faster, cheaper, and more efficient, thereby increasing the dash of what they make and sell. Value of what they make and sell. Then fourth one is it says that after they've implemented this upgrade, the innovator will then file a dash to protect his or her. So that will be patent. Okay, जब किसी ने CMAT की प्रिपरेशन की होगी वो words भी ज्यादा होगा patent, innovation, invention, difference, innovation and entrepreneurship is a chapter over there. Okay, so next one is saying that fifth one to protect his or her interest, while some may actually succeed using this policy scheme. टेक्नोलॉजी पॉलिसी मेक सेंस बिकॉज यहाँ पे पेटेंट की बात कर रहे हैं while this dash a dash number of such creations fail massive massive number of such creations fail because they are often theoretical without a basis of marketability, therefore a more energetic precarious feeble robust approach looks say market data, talk to dash customers, understand the requirement, potential customers, that will. Okay, so now these are error-based questions. So we will take another 5 minutes or so, and then probably we will do one passage also in this. And there are some puzzles also left. Okay, RCB. काफी questions बचे हैं अभी. So I think we have answered. Number नहीं लिखा था ना during attempt. Human felicity is produced not so much by great pieces of good fortune that happen seldom as by I think looks wrong. So it should be but by this. Local police are investigating the death of an identified man whose body was yesterday found. So I think that makes found in Crackle Woods yesterday. He has not seen the boy which suitcase, whose suitcase was stolen. People expect others to be honest. That is when convent find it so easy to convict people. That is why convent find it so easy to. I think there is no error in this sentence. Okay, makes complete sense. Banks may choose to dash the funds to the targeted sectors, but the issues of post-mortem deny, lend considerations may choose to lend the funds, but the issue of post-moratorium state of loans will be primary consideration. So that makes sense here. India's wealth has grown dash despite a setback, and so it says despite a setback. That means the wealth has grown significantly, right? So prominently would make sense. Impressively, currency fluctuation will make sense here because first means it has grown by a large number. At the same time, there is some financial crisis and currency fluctuation that makes sense for the second one. Jobs in rural India surprisingly dash in the month of October, which is known for the peak month for the dash of Kharif. Harvesting of plunged. So jobs plunged because there was peak month. Okay, so jobs have declined. That is a surprising factor. And harvesting month of Kharif crop makes sense. Too many things get in the way of their dash of business ownership, or they keep dash themselves, pursuit and convincing themselves. Okay, now we have a parajumble, right? So in this case, the typical, the old type wherein they used to have six sentences and ask them which will be the first sentence, second sentence, and all. So first is let's make the arrangement first. BPO offers many benefits, hence BPO is important source of strategic advantage. That looks to be a conclusive one. Many recent market surveys have indicated the CEOs around the world across all companies. So E looks to be the starting sentence. Now, how do we determine starting sentence? Because they have given the full form. Always remember, full form पहले होगा तभी short form use होगा. Okay, full form पहले आएगा तभी short form आएगा. Because if you do not know what is BPO, right? Here they have given what is BPO. So E will be the starting sentence. So it is saying first sentence. So we can make E, but let us make the arrangement first and then we will answer these questions, right? So E is definitely like the starting sentence, right? Now we will try to make links. Hence, BPO is important source for strategic advantage. How it is strategic advantage? Let us see the other sentences. A is saying that it offers many benefits, but that does not mean that it becomes a important source for strategic advantage. BPO is positively related to the quest for more efficient organizational designs, cost reduction, productivity growth. So C tells something about this. Just strategic advantage that is being discussed here. More efficient organizational designs. Okay, cost reduction, productivity growth. So these are all components of strategic advantage. Okay, so C and B will come together. Now let us look at the other ones. Many recent market research have indicated that CEOs around the world across all the companies feel that BPO is key strategy for several survival in today's extremely competitive business environment. Okay, uh, D is linked to which one? It allows the organization to concentrate on their core activities by releasing resources which are constrained in non-core activities. It allows, I think, will be about BPO. Okay, so A and F. If you see A and F, A says BPO offers many benefits and F describes those benefits. Concentrate on core activities by reducing. Okay. D looks to be a different one. Key strategy for survival. If we have something like this, BPO they have defined, right? E is definitely the first one because it defines BPO. Then if we put like this, like either C B का combination या AF का combination चाहिए. D is saying many recent surveys have indicated CEOs around the world across the companies feel BPO is key strategy. Strategy की बात कर रहा है and B में भी कुछ कह रहा है static advantage. So CBD makes sense. So I think this should be ECBDAF. It defines, then it talks about strategic advantage, right? Then A talks about benefits, and F also describes those benefits. Okay, so that makes the order. Okay. Uh, Third statement is B. Fifth statement was A. Last statement was F. Okay, so this we have done. Uh, we have done sufficient number of questions here also. Let us complete the puzzle part. There was some puzzle left. Okay, and we have some critical listening also. So ऐसा करते हैं 10 minutes में critical listening देखते हैं, and then we will do the puzzles also. So let's not leave critical listening. The government has decided to levy congestion tax to passengers traveling by air to and fro the metro cities. The tax so collected may be adequately to meet part of the expenses. Yes, possibly. Right, you can meet some of the expenses if you have some tax. And then it says the passengers traveling by air to and fro these cities may be able to pay extra amount by way of congestion tax. So I think that is also true. That is why they are putting this congestion tax. They may be able to pay that. Okay, the prices of petrol and diesel have remained unchanged only in Nigeria. Petrol and diesel prices have changed elsewhere during these 3 years. So they have remained unchanged in Nigeria. So only one is implicit. Second says before these 3 years period, available at a price different from the present prices. So for 3 years they have mentioned that they have remained unchanged. Before that we cannot tell. For 3 years they are saying that they have remained unchanged. But what happened prior to that we do not know. Okay. This we did. So let's do some more. Conveyance facility provided by organization helps employees report to work on time. The conveyance facility which is provided by the organization always reaches on time. Not always. That is not necessary. So none of them is implicit. Not necessary that you will always reach on time, and at the same time, not necessary that you do not use convenience, you will reach on time. Okay, so this looks a passage based one. It should be state government, like it's appearing to be state, so there is a typo here. All private schools to take the consent of the parents before increasing the school fees. So the management of the majority of the private schools may call the parents for discussion. So yeah, they may So if they are increasing the fee, so they may call the parents for discussion. Second, we cannot tell. They may high, they may agree or may not agree. Take a recruitment system. The company would make an offer to somebody. It had rejected 3 months ago. There was no recruitment. So just local civil body to voluntarily reduce consumption of potable water. Many residents may reduce. Yeah, so they may reduce. Like if they see the uh, the consequences. So both look possible. Totally dependent, too strong to say. 2 and 3 look. Vacant plot to garden. Funds can't say. Second also looks municipal authority block movement of traffic. So one is true because a lot of people may visit the temple. So both look implicit. The largest domestic airlines has announced new summer schedules. So both, because if they have increased, others may also increase. So second assumption is that first, like you never think of the negative, right? So you're assuming that people will follow it. All the private schools to maintain the current fees for at least 2 more years may not follow. So they have instructed the private schools, though they have to follow. So neither looks correct. This input output we left. This also we left because the logic was not clear. So let us attempt some puzzles over here. So it says that there are 6 people. So 6 people is a small number. So we left it because we wanted to attempt other sections. 13 and 28, May, June, and July. 13 and 20. So we have just 6 people. So it says that C will attend the month having 30 days. 2 will attend between C and E. Okay, 30 days we have June, right? So C will attend a month having 30 days. So if we put C here, 1, 2, then we will have E. Or we can have another possibility like C and E like this. Only one person between E and A. So in this case, it will be here. In this case, it will be here. B will attend the. Okay, so some piece of information is missing here. 56 one. Some information is missing. We'll get it corrected. So let us assume that it is before A. Okay. So before B is same as the number of people attending after. Screen. B will attend the event after F. So possibly this could be the answer, because if we are just going by the logic of uh, like the statements, they are interconnected. So like this, assuming that even before the word would be A here. 28th July we have E. Attend the event before F. So before F we will have none. B will attend on 28th May. B and C, none. Before B we have F. Maybe we might have done some mistake. Let's move to the next puzzle and solve it. One person per floor, no floor is vacant. Okay, again this is uncertain number of floors. So we are given that a person occupies bottommost floor and L occupies the topmost floor. Let's try to do this. We did skip one uncertain number question. Let's see the next puzzle किस चीज पे है. 65, 66 is. So let's do this one. This looks a better doable one because only 7 people are involved. Okay, then we will randomly mark some of the answers. This paper looks to be on a tough side. Maybe if someone scores 130 to 140, that will be a very good score in this because a lot of puzzles present. Okay. So that's on the higher side. 8 seats, 4 at the corners and 4 in the middle. Those seated at the corners face center, middle face outside. So they are facing outside. There are 7 people who are sitting on these 8 seats. One seat is vacant. C does not occupy corner seat, so C will occupy a central seat. And 2 people are between A and C when counting from A's right. Okay, so let us say C is not occupying any corner seat. Okay, so C will occupy uh, like a center seat, and 2 people between A and C counting from A's right. So if you take 1 to A, that will be right side. If you take 1 to A, then the right side will be this side. So A and C will be sitting like this. F is seated second to the right of A. So this is F. B is opposite to F. So B is here. B is not seated adjacent to the vacant seat. So vacant seat is not this. Okay, so someone has to be sitting in these 2 seats. Right, so इन दोनों में से कोई vacant होगी. D is sitting opposite to the vacant seat. Okay, so vacant seat is one of these two. Okay? If you put vacant seat here, then D will come here, which is already occupied by A, right? So that means a vacant seat in here. This is the vacant seat, and this is D who is sitting opposite to it. Okay, then we are given that E is sitting second to the left of D. So this is D. E is here. So यहाँ पे आ जाएगा A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so that will be the arrangement. Easy set था, should have been done. Immediate left of B. Right side E है, left side D. A C from the left side of C. So ये C है. C की left side होगी. This is the left side of C. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Immediate right of the person sitting opposite E. E के opposite ये immediate right is F. Odd one out C A G B F. A B F G. C is facing the facing outside and at the corner center of the space. Vacant seat. Vacant seat is at the corner. No. Vacant seat is between F and A. if the following alphabets are written in the reverse order, which letter will be fifth to the left of T? ठीक है. So ये easy question काफी easy है. It is saying left fifth to the left of T. जब opposite कर दोगे तो that means basically अभी right of T होना चाहिए fifth. 2, 3, 4, 5. So answer is C. How is never written in a code? Never ever go there. Go there and come back. Okay. Now there go, there and go we can find. Never we cannot find. Right? So both statements are not sufficient. Water is related to this. -1 सबसे -1 किया. This is +1. नहीं, this is +1. W plus 1 is x. A -1 T plus U -1 plus. So -1 and in the between two. Okay, so plate इसमें प्लस प्लस हो जाएगा. That will become Q, B and F. Q का हो जाएगा K. Q K B S F. K P H U. H U. No, no, U is 21. So that is the odd one out. Okay. Gone is written as this, medal is written this. So in these kind of questions, we have respective letters like G will be 5, O will be percent. So 5%. And then like if you see E is written as hash in both the cases, right? So LD, L is hash and D will be the third letter, that is, sorry, L is at the rate. So 5% at the rate and 3. Okay, so abstract we already completed. Quant we had put 2 questions on hold. We did not attempt these 122. Let's do this thing. Okay, numbers बड़े हैं. Let's give it a try. Maybe in some minutes I could attempt this. Or let's do one thing. Because I have confidence in quant, I will mark these questions and randomly mark the other ones. Okay. So कुछ questions random attempt कर लेते हैं. चलो कुछ random. So this is at least we did one. This looks quick. कुछ random mark कर देते हैं ऐसे. I'll attempt the quant questions and mark these ones random. Step 1 एक बार लॉजिक देखने की कोशिश करते हैं. मे बी वी कैन फिगर आउट सम लॉजिक. इफ वी कैन दैट विल बी ग्रेट. 25 23 से let's see कि does that later 8 8 4 4 8 Okay, if we see this, 4 letters थे, 8 बन गया. ठीक है. So that also has become 8. 5 letters का बन गया 15. 7 letters का बन गया 21. So into 2, into 3, into 3. So first step is basically multiplying by this thing. 10 का बना है ET. That का UU. So basically, I think increase of 1 letter. Okay, so number of letters in the first step it is about uh, this thing, but second step, third step. So first step we have I think figured out. If we see 8 has become 66, 15 has become 28, 21 has become 7. Okay, first step at least we have figured out the logic. So class round from है. Let's focus on the number part only, right? Number part if we put 5 का बन जाएगा 15, 28. Class round. So I think 28, 28 will be the numbers. Cake baking because numbers is related to the number of letters. Okay, so एक logic is समझ में आ रही है. It is number is based on the number of letters. What is the logic between the numbers? We have not figured out. Cake is 4, baking is 6, and morning is 7. So 4 will become 8, right? In the first step, 6 will become 12, and morning will become 21. 39 बनेगा. 21 वाला नेक्स्ट में जाके बन रहा है 7, फिर बन रहा है 34. So 39 something 34. Okay, so अच्छा एक ही तो बच रहा है इनमें से. Let's leave it. Just guessing. Scooter bus parking. Scooter is 7, so it will be 21. 21. Bus is 3, that will be 3. So 3, 9, and parking 7. 7 into 3, 21. So 21, 9, and 21. Scooter SR, that will be T and S. Bus B and S, that will be C and T. And parking P and G, that will be Q and H. So yeah, that makes sense. Beautiful mornings. Just randomly mark it. Step 1, step 2. Step 1 we figured out in this. Step 2 समझ में नहीं आता. Step 3 is half. So we did this. 27 में लगता है. We did this or 60 to 65. We made a mistake here, I think. Okay, so let's just mark some. So just randomly marking the options and then जो solve करने वाला let's see ये कर लेते हैं at least because we had the data with us. इसमें completely starting fresh से solve करना पड़ेगा, not possible to solve. So I had written this data beforehand कि like the paper which I had written was this. So let's attempt this question. It says the cost of baking each pastry was 80. Fourth, ninth were sold at S. So we are dealing with shop S. Right. So this was sold. Right. 4 by 9. So 9, 26 into 9, 104 was sold at 25% profit. So were sold at 100 rupees. One third were sold at, one third is 78, were sold at 30% profit. And the remaining was sold at 50% profit होना चाहिए. So remaining, so this is 182, 52. Unsold, 10% loss. So unsold was 126. So 126 were sold at loss of 10%. Total profit kya hai na? So total profit wise, if you look at this is the profit part. Okay, we are not calculating the selling price. Total profit is 24 here. Profit is 40 rupees and this is loss of 10. So 2080 78 and 24. So this is 2080 is 1260 5900 and this is 78 into 24. 24 into 8 192. 19 carries 168 187. So 4772 772 option. 30% profit. Okay, so not an option. Just mark some randomly. Let's see one more question. QS unsold 75, 75, and 126. That is 276. 25% were given to beggars. So beggars which are 69. 207 remain. 5 by 9. 23 115 staff sold the next day at 10% loss. So shops and the rest was sold the next day at 10% loss. Okay, so 10% loss may this is before 92 at 10% loss. Okay, so we have to find the total amount of loss incurred. So loss is we have 276 pastries, 276 into 30 will be the loss, but these 92 are sold at 27 rupees. So is 92 में 3 rupees per pastry पे loss होगा, that is 276 rupees का loss. And in 184 में 30, 184 into 30. So something ending in 6. Okay, that will be the answer. Whereas in these, like 184 pastry, the loss is of 30 rupees. And in these pastries, the loss is of 3 rupees. Almost 10% loss. Okay, so let's just mark these some answers. Okay, so here done with this. So this was an attempt. It was on the moderate to difficult side, right? I'm attempting a test after so many days. Plus, quant में ज़्यादा time खींच गया था while solving because I was trying to explain as well. Okay, so how many of you attempted this test? How many of you attempted this test? कितने लोगों ने नहीं किया? Even if you've not attempted, now we have made this test free for this weekend. ठीक है? If you have watched this, great. Like if you have not watched it, then better. Like you can attempt this for free for the next 3 days and evaluate yourself. Okay, so I think let's see that score. Got 146. Must be a very high score. Okay. So one question I skipped. Okay, so yeah, so I would say that in this test, basically, if someone gets a score of like 130 plus, that will be considered as a very good score because this was on a difficult side. Because some obviously would have been guesswork as well. Okay, so if someone like in this test, 130 plus will be a good score. 130 plus आ रहा है, so that's a great score. And if you're targeting, maybe you're getting like अगर आप 140 प्लस इसमें टेस्ट में ले आओगे, so that would mean like 99.9 plus percentile for sure. Okay, 130 would be somewhere 99.5, 99.6 easily. More, even more than that. Okay, plus like I did take some time to like explain the question, so could have attempted more. So like if you attempted this test, great. Like if you've not, please go and attempt this test. About this test, I would rate it as moderate one because not very difficult puzzles. There were too many puzzles. There were a couple of input output which were difficult, and apart from this, there were three passages. So it was a lengthy paper. ठीक है, तो ऐसे पेपर अगर आपका आता है जिसमें बहुत सारे puzzles हैं, बहुत सारे RCs हैं. There were three RCs here, and there were some calculation intensive questions in DI also. Although quant was easy on this paper, कि जो बाकी general questions थे quant के, those were easy. DI was a bit calculation intensive, a couple of question sets. RC made it lengthy. There were a lot of questions on idioms and usage and all multiple option correct. So I would rate it as a moderate to difficult paper. And somewhere if you are getting such kind of paper, if you get like 140 plus, will be considered as a very good score in this. Okay, so if you have not attempted this paper, you can check it out and attempt this paper and see for yourself that where do you stand as per it. So first three mocks are live, and right now if you wish to purchase the mock test, so we are offering for 300. So that offer will keep till midnight because many of you might not have watched this stream live. So till midnight you can get the mocks at a discounted price. And these three mocks I would recommend keep first, second, third because they are of different difficulty level. First वाला काफी easy था. In that case, like if you attempted mock one, उसमें 170 plus equals to 140 of mock 3. So mock 1 का 170 is equivalent to mock 3 का 140 because उसमें काफी individual questions काफी ज्यादा थे. There were very few puzzles. तो वो easy mock I would say was the one. Please do attempt these tests and see that where do you stand in these. So that's how you attempt the paper. Leave things if you find that they are quite lengthy. Okay, start with your strength. That is the common advice. I started with quant because reasoning is I started seeing questions on uh, your what I would say that critical reasoning, which create discomfort. हो सकता है मेरे सही भी हुए होंगे उसमें काफी, but initially it created discomfort in me, so I switched to quant. So always start with section which gives you comfort, so that you will be able to attempt the test, and do not panic during the test. You might have seen ki I was talking also, right? I did never panicked in the test, right? Do not panic. That is the quality. Like, and at the moment you realize you are stuck, you should leave the set. जैसे हमने एक set किया था, I think that floor based, right? I realized कि ये ज़्यादा लंबा बनेगा, so skip that. Some sets, like by looking itself, you can tell that okay, this is looks difficult. But some you start solving and then later realize. Some, let us say, some question calculation intensive, आप starting में solve करने लगते हो तो छोड़ देते हो. Similarly, we did that one of the questions that पेस्ट्री केक सोल्ड एंड अनसोल्ड, उसके दो तीन क्वेश्चन इजी थे, वी डिड दैट. और दो क्वेश्चन क्यों छोड़े थे? बिकॉज दो वर कैलकुलेशन इंटेंसिव. सो कीप दिस थिंग इन माइंड इन डीआई आल्सो. लाइक कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे हो सकते हैं जो काफी कैलकुलेशन इंटेंसिव हो. स्किप दोस, अटेम्प्ट द रेस्ट ऑफ द पेपर्स. So I hope you loved this attempt. So we'll be like, I'll try to take more live mocks, uh, right? And uh, then you can see those as well to understand how to attempt mocks and score maximum during the examination. Okay, so thanks for watching this stream. And if you have not taken this test, please do take this test and evaluate yourself.